Hey guys, I wanted to start by congratulating you for tuning in to the conclusion of my series, Feeling Singled Out. The mere fact that you're here says that you've taken an interest in bettering yourself, and that is most definitely something to be proud of. Now, last time we took a look at why so many of us are single. Today we'll be taking a look at some of the things that you can do during this period of emotional transition to make sure that you're adequately prepared for your next relationship. Now, the mantra for today is going to be become better and you attract better. When you first get out of a relationship, your primary focus should be on the healing process. And if you've been single for longer than a short period of time, but you still feel as if you're harboring unresolved emotions from your previous relationship, that's when you need to take a step back and isolate yourself from the dating scene to focus strictly on the healing process. Too many of us get out of a relationship, and the first thing we want to do is fill this void, this gap, this empty space that has been left in our chest by the person that we were previously involved with. Now, in all honesty, that's one of the worst possible things you can do. A fresh breakup is like tearing an emotional muscle, so to speak. When you first tear a muscle, you can't go right back in to heavy lifting and intense stretching. You have to go about the proper steps to prepare that muscle for the type of stress that you're going to be inflicting upon it. Now, once that emotional muscle has been healed, then it can be stretched and strengthened. Then you can move forward. Now, the root of many of our problems with relationships lies in the fact that after one fails, very few people take the time to take a step back and say, whoa, okay, what went wrong here? Why didn't this work out? What did they do wrong? And even fewer people ask the most important question of all, what did I do wrong? I'm guilty of this myself. See, it's human nature to tend to gravitate towards a place where we can dump the blame rather than assuming some or all of it ourselves. Now, taking a look at some of the best athletes in the world, after each and every loss, they go back and they watch the film and they figure out, okay, what did I do wrong on that play? Why did I turn the ball over on that play? What went wrong here? See, until you take a look and take a deep analysis at what went wrong in your past relationships, you're bound to repeat the same mistakes. Now, we need to keep in mind that finding closure is crucial to finding contentment. In your next relationship, remember that it is important to try and talk things out and get to the root of the problem and at least get to a point where you can agree to disagree. You have to be civil. Make sure you come to some sort of resolution with the small issues, because if 100 little things go overlooked, those things start to add up over time. Then all of a sudden, you wake up and the emotions from 100 different unresolved situations has turned into this mountain of confusing emotions that you don't even understand. Think of it as allowing 100 unwashed hands to place a finger in your open wound. Now, my best advice to you before you start a new relationship is to reach out to your previous partner or partners and try to get to the root of your problems. Now, if the person isn't mature enough to do this, then so be it. But you should at least try reaching out to them. Saying it's all their fault and they hurt me, they did this, they did that, it does nothing for you. It doesn't help your healing process, it doesn't help you find closure. All it does is give you somewhere to place the blame. Do your homework on yourself and put yourself in a position to succeed. During the healing and transitioning process, you should also try to become more in tune with yourself than you've ever been. This can play a pivotal role in the success of your relationships, whether platonic or romantic. Now, it might be a little cliche to say, but you truly cannot love someone else until you love yourself. When you love yourself, you eliminate that doubt that you're not good enough. You don't have to worry about whether another guy or girl looks better than you, because you love who you are and you know what you bring to the table. And when your partner points out something that they believe that you've done or are actively doing wrong, they won't be triggering your insecurities. People who aren't in tune with themselves generally don't take constructive criticism well. And being with somebody on a long-term basis, you have to be okay with being told, hey, you're doing something that I don't like. Let's talk about it and let's fix it and move forward. Now, if somebody loves you, they're going to try to bring out the best in you, but you have to be willing to bring out the best in yourself. And that starts with loving who you are. Now, loving yourself isn't necessarily easy because society hasn't necessarily made it easy. We're so focused on comparing people and making them feel bad for things that are perfectly normal. Acne, stretch marks, excess skin, skin discoloration. Just because the media hides these things on the faces that they show us, we believe that other people don't also have these normal flaws. And they aren't really flaws at all, they're just things that come with being human. By the time you get to see the picture of these models and superstars that have gone through several drafts of intensive editing, it's no longer even a picture of a person. It might as well have been hand drawn. Every time they go through another draft, they take off just a little bit more fat. They use just a little bit more contrast to make their skin lighter. Just a little bit more muscle is added. It's not even real. When you decide to truly embrace yourself, other people will do the same. Now, everyone isn't going to find you attractive, but none of that matters. All that matters is that you love what you see and you love who you are. Now, even if you don't fully believe that you are beautiful, you have to tell yourself that you are every single day without fail. Wake up in the morning and be grateful for how you look. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, damn, I look good. You see, when you have gone your whole life telling yourself that you're not that cute or you're just okay, you've programmed your brain to believe those things. They aren't necessarily true. As I mentioned briefly in the previous video, our brains are like putty. If you repeat something enough times, you'll start to believe it. And the more you repeat it, the deeper it will resonate. You have to rewire your brain, and the way to do that is to tell yourself over and over every single day that you are beautiful. You have to tell yourself this every single day without fail. Don't count on people to acknowledge your beauty, because in most cases, people will criticize you before they compliment you. Successful people are simply people who have made it their business to develop healthy everyday habits. Are your everyday habits healthy? Are you working out 4 times a week? Are you reading something positive and educational every day? Are you drinking lots of water every day? Are you taking pride in how you look before you leave the house? Do you pray often? Do you have a healthy spiritual life? Having faith is a principal factor in developing genuine, unshakable confidence and internal peace. Have you written down your long-term and short-term goals? Are you reading over these things that you want to accomplish every day? You have to commit to the evolution of yourself before you expect somebody else to commit to it. You see, I can't believe in your vision if you don't believe in it first. Make it your business to become absolutely 100% in tune with yourself, to the point where you understand why you keep making the same mistakes. When you finally get to the square root of you and you discover who you truly are, take what you find and multiply it. Never stop growing, never stop evolving. Every single day is a chance to become a better version of who you are right now. Think of your growth as an iOS update. Not every iPhone is compatible with every single update. So if your phone in particular cannot receive the update, understand it's because your hardware is not compatible with this new system. So if you put yourself in that context and you update the current version of yourself, the people you're currently attracting, they won't be compatible with the new and improved version of you. Right now, focus on becoming the best version of yourself. And along the way, if you haven't already, you will find someone who can support that version of you. Become the type of person you want in your life, and you will attract them in due time. Now, before I go, I want to tell you guys about an amazing opportunity that has been presented to me. I will be featured in an app called Promo, which is short for Promote Motivation. On this app, there will be audio clips by myself and other motivational speakers to give you that push that you need throughout the day. Now, this app is set to launch in October, but until then, you guys can follow the Project Promo team on Twitter at ProjectPro_MO. That's all I have for you guys today, but don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you're automatically updated when I post new content. Also, I just launched my blog that will also be housing all of my videos and a written manuscript for all of these videos for the people who prefer to read out there. The blog is bmwybb.wordpress.com, and don't forget to link up with me on my social media handles at BrandonYBB on Twitter and BMWYBB on Instagram. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and remember, change your mindset and you'll change your reality. God bless.